Hey guys, welcome back to Ass Hat Podcast. Bat32 here with a second car video. I picked this up recently. It's the Blockbuster Presents John Carpenter's Halloween. Um, I mainly picked this up because I thought that it had the TV version scenes in it. And I remember people wanting this. Maybe it's just because it says Blockbuster on it. But yeah, I talked to Newt because I asked him, hey, is this the one with the TV? And he said, no, that's just the regular. So I think I got it for $1 at Goodwill. Apparently, this was sold in store. Okay, so I'll give you a little rundown of, Blockbusters in my area. We didn't get them till about 99 or 2000. We had mainly, Family Video was the only chain we had around here. And then, and it's the only chain we still have around here. They're still, running strong. I want to say they probably moved in before I was born. I was born in 86. And as far as I can remember, there's always been a Family Video. So, Blockbuster moved in. They had a store in every town. In the town that I frequented, they had 2 stores, as they do have 2 Family Videos, one on one side of town, one on the other. And basically they decimated the mom and pop industry up here. After Blockbuster operated and they didn't operate very long. I want to say they operated up until they started, because I don't remember that. I guess they had an app. I watched that Netflix documentary that gives a lot of great info. If you guys haven't seen it, check out. I can't remember what the name of it is. Let's just type in Netflix documentary. You'll find it. Anyway, it gives the whole history. But see, I don't remember the app or them trying to do the streaming service. And I don't remember you being able to do like Netflix where you could get the DVDs delivered. If it was at like the very tail end of the Blockbuster craze and everything. And I want to tell you, it seemed like they only operated for maybe 4 years. And yes, they decimated most of the mom and pop operations in my area and then folded up. It was like they came in to destroy an industry and then go out of business. Like that's literally what it looked like in my area. Anyway, how could you compete? Well, I'll tell you how you could compete, because I would go to Blockbuster. I would go to everywhere to find, because it's about the fucking movies, man. That's what it's about. It's about who's got the movies, who's got what. I would go to little liquor stores that had this little spinny shelf and make an account there to rent some fucking slasher movie that, I'd heard about or read about or something. So, yeah, I would go there, but I like going to Family Video because I could walk out of Family Video with the largest stack of tapes, and people would always go, whoa, how much was that? And it's like, $3-4 to rent all these movies, and it's still like that. You can walk out of there with a stack of movies for next to nothing. I think they were back in the day, they were like a quarter or something. I think like the old rentals were like a quarter piece or something like that. It was something insane, like cheap. So, we'd walk out with stacks of them and stuff. So, but, back to Blockbuster, I don't recall them. I talked to Newt about this and he said they had a few of these Blockbuster Presents titles for sale in there. Like Family Video does that now too. Although I don't know if they're have the Family Video thing on the side of it or whatever. But I know they have video, like they sell movies in there now, like brand new movies. I'm guessing that's what Blockbuster was doing. The ones around here, I don't remember them doing that. I never saw this Blockbuster Presents tape in their store. I don't even recall them having Halloween, at least not the first one. I didn't have a lot of stuff. And then if anybody recalls out there, if you're old enough to remember this, they would actually go in there and edit the movies. So you would go and pick something up off the shelf. And I don't even remember if it said that it was edited. That they wouldn't even tell you. So I get home and it was like I was watching it on TBS or TNT or some shit. So yeah, I don't remember them. I remember them having the Friday the 13th. I don't remember them having Halloween. If they did, they didn't have this one. And, yeah, and I don't remember seeing, like, I would have bought this. Like, well, maybe I wouldn't have, yeah, I would have, because I didn't have a copy of the first Halloween. I had Halloween 2. So I feel like I would have bought this. Unless it was like $30. That's the only thing that would have, if it was like 5 or 10, I probably would have picked it up. But I don't ever recall seeing these. And this one's in really good shape. I mean, despite its age, I don't know when these tapes it says 95. See, we didn't have them in our area in 95, so that would explain a lot. Yeah, Blockbuster, 87, 85. Yeah, we didn't have Blockbuster in 95, so that would explain a lot. If this was like a mid-90s thing they were doing, by the time they got in over here, they didn't have it anymore. So, you know, and I remember Blockbuster, like, cause I live in like a rural area away from the cities. And, you know, I remember seeing Blockbusters, but I, like, when we go on vacation or something, I remember we did go to the video store once, but I think we went to like a Hollywood Video. And I just remember how big the Hollywood Video was and how many titles they had and stuff. And that's kind of what these big chain stores like Blockbuster, we have so many titles. Yeah, most of them I want to rent or you don't have them or they're edited, you know. So, yeah, I mean, Blockbuster, it was okay. Like if you were looking for, the new whatever Blockbuster fucking hit or whatever, they would have like 50, 100 copies. And, you know, so the big budget stuff, great for that. I mean, if there was a new movie coming out and I knew I couldn't get it anywhere else, it was a pretty good chance I'd be able to get it there because they had enough copies. They did have deals. I will say you could walk out with quite a few, titles, but I don't know, just something about them left the bad taste in your mouth. And especially after they decimated, the whole industry, and put everyone out of business, which if you watch that Netflix documentary, that was their intention. Their intention was to bankrupt all of the mom and pop operations and run them out of business. And then they targeted Netflix as it was starting up, and they wanted to run them out of business too. And guess what, Blockbuster? They ran you out of business. Do I really love Netflix and everything? And oh my God, Netflix is so great. No, I'm not really a huge fan of Netflix. They're okay, but they're just as bad. And they've ran, you know, they're the kind of reason why that most of the video stores, because they had a part in this too. You know, Blockbuster did try to destroy them, but they completely destroyed home video rental. And, you know, DVD did a lot of that too, but, you know, streaming and stuff, that's why, I'm going to be honest with you, that's why a lot of people don't want to go to the movies anymore. Oh, obviously the COVID is a big thing, but even before that, I know a lot of people ain't trying to go to the movies. I can't blame them and it's a lot of what Hollywood's producing too. You know, there's a lot of dog shit out there and it's just not worth wasting your money on, but you know, this has been a cycle, you know, and Netflix is definitely guilty of it too. Blockbuster is the worst culprit, or was, and there's still one store operating. I think they're still operating. I saw some guys did a video where they traveled there and rented a movie and watched it in the parking lot. I can't remember whose channel that was, but, you know, whatever. I mean, I know people are nostalgic but never forget that these fuckers killed the fucking mom and pop video stores. Never forget that, and the mom and pop video stores had the faces of death and the traces of death and places where you're going to find the mutilator and stuff like that. Blockbuster here, they're not carrying the mutilator, buddy. They're not carrying, necromantic. They're not carrying this shit. You know why? Because they're scared of it and they want to be family oriented. Well, there's a little place called Family Video with the name Family and has a porno section in the back. Because home video is fun for the entire family, even creepy Joe, Uncle Joe that lives in the basement and masturbates 24/7. It is fun for the whole family. And Blockbuster just did not understand that, folks. And that's why they're not in business anymore. So thanks for hearing my rant, guys. And letting me do another video, Newt. I appreciate it. And you guys have a good one.